Oh, I didn't know they were friends. That's fun.
All right, we're back. It's Sofa Survivors. Feels good to be back. It is another lovely, lovely day.
I don't know if I could do this all over again.
Yeah, it's the second time we done did it, but you could darn do it. So step it up.
Oh my god.
Here we go.
So needy.
I'm Tom Sofa. Who the hell are you?
I'm Mike motherfucking Tomato.
And I'm gonna get you
Motherfucker.
Shot enough. There we go.
There's a video, this is totally random. There's a video of Kiki Palmer where it's like, Kiki, what's your favorite swear word? She goes, my favorite swear word is motherfucker.
That's good.
It's great.
That's a
Love
good
it.
answer. And it feels good to be back. I had, like I was saying in the first run through, this is the second run through because, I got a call during the beginning of the first run through.
Somebody has to do business.
It feels good to be back watching more Survivor as the most recent season has ended, which is, season 48. I've been watching less Survivor weekly, so it's nice to get to watch Survivor again.
Is it nice?
It is. I'm saying it is. So
Is
it
it nice?
And then on top of that, because of the lack of Survivor, I am going to plug the Survivor podcast with Jeff Probst. I have been listening to that a little bit in order to fill my Survivor void.
Girl, he's competition.
He may be competition, but we work for the same team. We really do.
Okay. ABC.
We could
or
not,
CBS.
Not necessarily, but we couldn't do this podcast without Jeff Probst.
You're right.
Plain and simple.
Jeff is really what makes this happen.
Yeah. So feels good to be back.
So
anything you want to say to the people before we get going, Mike?
No, just Jeff, I love you.
Yep.
And that's right. I love you, Jeff.
Okay. All right. We are at season 10, episode 9. This episode's called, Mike, what's it called?
I will not give up.
That's correct. And this is the last episode where we have 2 separate tribes.
Right. The merge is here.
Yep.
She is, well, a little bit hetero because the characters are straight. But anyway, she's here. She's happening. The one tribe is now being formed.
Yep. We got Tom, Janu, Ian, Greg, Karen, Katie, Kobe and Jennifer over at Karor, and Steph over at Oolong. Solo.
Solo dolo, baby.
Oh, yeah. All the people that are gone up to this point is Wanda, Jonathan, Jolanda, Ashley, Jeff, Kim, Willard, James, Ibrahim, and Bobby John. There's only 9 players left, and things are about to get a little interesting.
Yeah, I feel like since we've gotten to this episode, I feel like as I was watching this, a lot of like, finally, we're getting here. The merge.
Yep.
Because, I'm sorry, as like...
It's a long time coming.
It is. And just watching Oolong lose and lose and lose, I just needed something different.
Yeah, like no matter what happens in this episode, Steph's about to go to her 10th tribal council.
Right.
No matter what.
No matter what.
Immunity or not.
This girl is never not out of tribal.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah. Does she have the most tribal appearances in history?
Probably. Especially because at this part of the show, the days are like it's more days than it is this season.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 2/3 of the time.
Okay.
So it's like 30 days compared to 20, I think, or I don't know,
Okay.
or 45 to 30, I don't know. And you know what? Not to go too much off on a tangent, Survivor Australia,
Okay.
they're out there for 60 days.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of lit.
They're
actually.
out there for 60 days.
That's like Big Brother. I think Big Brother is like 180 days or something.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's wild.
That's nuts.
It's a really long commitment.
So the show starts off with Steph being the solo dolo member of Oolong, and she's just kind of like not ready to give up type thing. It's day 22 for her.
Yeah, and she's... This is when I think the producers really like kind of like I don't know if they plan to do the merger this early, but Steph's situation maybe forced their hand.
Totally.
Where it's just sad
to
watch this girl struggle.
And you know what the thing is put her up against anybody on that other tribe. I think she's got a shot at winning this immunity. If they forced her.
Her biggest competition in the challenges is Tom and Ian. That's it.
It depends on the challenge, but like
mostly.
Yeah, Tom. I wouldn't say Ian's fine, but so kind of a short little bit at Karor because it's just Steph. She can't She can only talk to herself so much on camera.
Right, she can only cry for so long.
Exactly. So then we head over to Karor, and Ian is just annoyed right off the bat.
Yeah, a lot of hostility out of Karor.
Yeah, Ian's tired of Janu and Kobe.
Yes. They do nothing. Kobe is just bitching and moaning.
Listen, Kobe is bitching.
Kobe is bitching.
Kobe is fucking bitching all the time.
He's being a petty little bitch.
Yeah, and he's a snake.
He is.
I'll say it. He's a fucking
He's
snake.
a little smarmy. He is a little smarmy. I think he's getting, like, later on, it comes more clear, but he's definitely gotten to that point where he's like, I fucking hate it. I just hate everyone, and I don't care.
I kind of feel like he's just like, I'm on TV, and I'm going to make the most out of it no matter what. I don't care.
No, but he's like going from 0 to 100 real quick.
He tries to play the game too hard.
Too hard. And it bites him in the ass.
Yeah, something about Survivor. If you're trying to get good at the game, you got to play a quiet, hard game.
There's a moment, is it in this episode or the next one, where he pulls Steph aside?
It's this episode.
It's this episode?
Yeah, we're going to get to that.
Yeah, that's, to me, I was like, you're being messy.
The way he did it was so intense.
You're being messy. And he, like, defends it, where it's just like, they're just going to see it anyway, and I don't care. And I was like, well, then you should care, because it's a dumb move.
Yeah, I agree. So, the reason that Ian's annoyed with Janu is because she's just sleeping all day and not doing much.
Yeah.
Now, I thought about this a little bit.
Okay.
You know, a little bit past just like, is Ian being unfair?
To Janu and Kobe?
Let's just talk about Janu right now.
Okay.
Do you think he's being unfair to
No.
Janu?
No.
Why?
Because Karor has won everything and anything under the sun. Their tribe could not be more well manicured and put together. And the fact that she's out here being like, woe is me, is bullshit.
Totally. So I agree with you there. The only defense that I was able to come up with for Janu, and this is just how I am. I'm going to find, a little way to devil's advocate the situation if I can. I do think that, it's important to, do your part and this and that. But the one defense that I have for her is she is a showgirl.
Thanks.
And I'm not talking like, oh, but whatever.
Isn't that her job, though?
That's her job.
Yeah.
So she is probably more of a night owl.
Sure.
She's probably not a daytime girly.
Yeah.
So I just wonder if, like, she's just not super used to being up and doing stuff during the day type of thing.
I guess, but
I just wonder. That's the only defense that I was able to think up for her.
I can understand that, but we're this late in the game. That shouldn't really be.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Really
I don't think
stepped
that
your
she
game
was
up.
cut out for the game in the first place.
No, and that's.
I don't think she was cut out for the game in the first place, but I do think that is a possible reason.
No, and that becomes very clear, I think,
later
in the next episode.
Later, yeah. And then the reason Ian's pissed at Kobe is just because he has an attitude problem, which he so does.
Yeah.
He so does.
Kobe he's just so gay. He's so just like quick to just hate, and I love it.
And my next note is that Kobe is clearly just fed up with the status quo.
Yeah.
He's tired of the way things are going. He's just sick of it.
Okay, thank you.
They slide on over back to Oolong, also known as Stephanie Town, and she can't find food.
Can't find food.
She
is struggling to fish. She's struggling to get these coconuts. This poor girl.
It's brutal. So then she gets tree mail, which is lit, allowing her to, which tells her, hey, it's pretty much time to merge.
Yeah, and she's crying.
I wrote down yay, couple exclamation points. I'm hyped for her.
She needed it. And you could tell by her reaction where she is literally like shaking, crying, holding this paperwork that tells her that the merge is happening.
Yeah, she packs up her the tools that they won at the one reward challenge or whatever, the Home Depot tools, and puts it on the canoe and heads her way over there. And full merge situation. She gets to the Karor camp and just can't believe the setup.
How nice it is.
It is.
I know.
It's Lux. It's one of the most Lux.
This is what happens when you literally win everything.
For real. So, Jen is over there kind of getting worried because Steph is, too much competition for her.
Yeah.
She just because she's been losing to Steph in every facet of every challenge.
Steph is a good competitor. She can do the physical challenges. She can. Well, the puzzles may not be her forte, but
maybe, but they're just not Bobby John's forte.
Yeah, I don't blame her for that loss.
So yeah, and then I just wrote down that Kobe is great TV. I really did.
He is. He is great TV.
He's great TV. He is. He gives the show a little extra something. I feel like he's a character that you like to hate, but you don't hate him enough, type of thing.
There's a moment where I think it's in the next one. Yeah, I'll wait. I'll wait on it. Never mind.
And then Kobe, he says that he's gonna tell Steph everything that's going on in Karor, like all the levels and shit,
all the alliances, who's with who's doing what. He is very determined to get Steph on his team.
Yep.
That's his goal. And he tells Steph that's like, I want you to win.
Kinda, yeah. But before he even gets to talk to Steph, some natives come on a...
Yeah, that was cool.
Like a little boat, little paddle thing.
Yeah.
And they're going to teach Karor how to fish.
Yes, they are.
And I wrote that it's nice that Stephanie gets an early reward. You know, like instant gratification.
Yeah, this bitch needs it.
So I was happy for her there. So shout out, big time. And then Kobe gets upset. Like he like steps up to fish.
Yeah.
And then Tom is just kind of like, sorry, homie.
It's Kobe versus the heteros.
Yeah.
That's how I saw it.
And Kobe's upset that he gets excluded
by the straights.
By the straight men. Because
led by Tom.
Greg, Tom, and Ian.
Do you want to take that?
Get to go. No.
Okay.
Greg, Tom, and Ian get to go fish with the Paloan natives, which is very, very cool. It was kind of fun how they got to do it. And then they got some fish. They got some bottles of rum to pair with the fish. And Tom gets hammered.
He gets wasted. Stumbly and fumbly, like can't stand up.
Yeah.
Like needs to be carried to bed.
It was something.
It's kind of nice to see.
It truly was something.
But I think it just goes to show you like how, I don't know, like nutrition is so scarce.
Yeah.
Where you can just get shit canned like that.
For real.
And Tom's a big guy. Like he shouldn't have gotten that fucked up.
Yeah.
But he's having fun.
For real. So night passes, morning comes, and then the native Palauans, they leave. Colby pulls Steph aside.
Yeah, this is.
Hey, Steph, can I talk to you? Type of thing.
Yeah.
Grabs her by the arm, walks off in front of fucking everybody.
Well, mostly Katie and Jen.
Yeah. And he loops her in on the whole Greg and Jennifer thing, turning later with votes and this and that. And he tries to let her in on his grand scheme.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
Yeah. It's a full-on tea spill. That's really it. He pulls in the middle of Jen and Katie, who are very outspoken, sometimes it seems, in the tribe, pulls her, Steph aside, gives her the tea, and then immediately after, Steph goes back to Jen and Katie and then says everything that Kobe said.
Yeah.
Which, like, Kobe, you had to have known that was going to happen.
And then Steph and Tom talk.
Right.
And Tom is literally just like...
Okay, are you, totally a little bit off track, are you sensing some, like, sexual tension between Steph and Tom?
No.
I am.
No, I think that's misconstrued as, like...
But Tom has a ring. He's got a ring on his finger.
Oh, for sure.
But
sure he does.
I'm getting some sexual tension.
I think that Tom's a competitor, and he knows that Steph's a competitor, and he wants the competitors on his alliance.
I think he's really interested in what Steph has got going on under that gator.
Something to think about.
Or what are they called? The bandanas.
The
you have one.
I know. I'm drawing a blank right now.
Yeah.
It's it's a buff.
Buff. Yeah, he
Gator.
wants to know what's going on underneath Steph's buff.
No, he doesn't.
He wants to boof the buff.
And Tom pretty much says that him and his alliance have her back.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah. And his alliance is Karen, Ian, and who the fuck else?
Karen, Ian,
Katie,
Katie, and Tom and Jen.
No, Greg and Jen are separate.
Greg and Jen are a couple.
Right, but they're not part of Tom's alliance.
They are.
They are?
They're part of Tom's alliance, and that was Kobe's plan, was that those are the two that are going to flip with Karen and Janu.
So I thought Jen and Craig were in their own situation, Greg, whatever, and they went to Kobe and was like, hey, join us so we can get rid of Tom.
No. It was Kobe's idea.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Greg's.
No. Greg he's playing the game for sure, but it was Kobe's idea to do that.
Okay.
Which is why he's playing the game a little too hard. Not that that's not a good idea. It really is.
Yeah.
But I think he just went about it.
No, if he just shut his mouth.
Yeah. So then they slip over to immunity, which is a interesting immunity where they're standing on who can stand on the perch the longest.
Right.
Which is
kind of boring.
But let's be honest, they put a good twist to it.
Yeah, the reward, like, to get people off was fascinating.
Yeah, and I like that you go straight to tribal after.
Yeah, that was nice.
Nice.
I wish they did that normally, actually. Like, after the reward challenge or immunity challenge, they go straight to tribal.
Sometimes it's so good to see them play the game.
Try and debate and stuff. Yeah.
The politics of it all. They try to swing votes and, who are we going to vote for tonight? Who are we going to this?
I get
it's
that.
It's fun when it's a surprise.
But maybe do that, like, on the fly as they're, like, walking to tribal. They, like, you get them.
Yeah. We'll get you further in where you'll see some stuff happen like that.
Okay.
Jeff, he stirs the pot as they get going. And
I thought Jeff was trying way too hard in this tribal
council.
He
was. No, this is before tribal. This is at the immunity challenge still.
Oh.
So, don't fret.
Oh, okay.
But then he just sits back in a lawn chair and just hangs.
Yeah,
while everybody's on their
he's
perch.
full, like, chillaxing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm on vacation as you guys stand in the middle of the ocean type of thing. And then it got, like, to me, when they brought out the milk and cookies and...
Are we skipping ahead over the donuts?
Oh, shit, I forgot about the donuts. Shit. But anyway, go ahead.
Jeff brings out some donuts, and he says, whoever drops the next 15 seconds...
Gets the
donuts.
Yeah.
And Kobe and Janu, the two people at the bottom of the chain, just give in. Oh my God,
Which
Kobe!
Is so dumb.
How could you want to play the game so hard, but then 2 donuts
and then give it up so quickly?
2 motherfucking
for a donut.
Oh,
for
loser.
A donut. And
loser.
This is what kills me with the milk and cookies. It's the same shit. Why would you lose for milk and cookies? Which I'm pretty sure they were just like Chips Ahoy cookies.
No, they look better than that.
I don't know. They look
better than that.
And you get 1 glass of milk for the 5 that jumped or whatever.
A full plate of cookies.
It's 15 cookies.
So please, note that after 2 hours and 23 minutes go by, then that's when Ian, Katie, Greg, and Jennifer.
Mm-hmm.
All people that are part of Tom's alliance.
Yep.
By the way.
Yep.
Drop because they know Tom's a dog.
Yep.
And they get to split 15 cookies.
Yeah.
Between 4 people.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll tell you what.
And 1 glass of milk.
4.5 cookies is nothing.
Doesn't beat $1 million.
It doesn't.
Tell you that much.
This particular reward. The winner of this doesn't necessarily get the $1 million. The winner just gets to for sure stay the night.
Right, which gets you one day closer.
It is another accolade on the belt, though, no doubt.
I think it just gets you one day closer to $1 million.
I agree. And then Karen
and Steph.
Karen, Steph,
and Tom.
And Tom, yeah. Karen, Steph, and Tom are left. And that's what I thought. Karen turns to Tom and says, "You think you could stay overnight up here?"
Right.
And Tom goes, "Yep, I'm a stubborn Irishman.
Yeah.
Of course I can."
Yep.
And then Jeff drops the bomb and brings out a full fucking pizza.
A big old pizza.
Big old pizza. And he says, whoever steps down within 5 second.
Gets pizza.
Gets pizza. And Karen and Steph said,
Both jump.
give me that thing. And
I understood Karen jumping. I was a little bit shook that Steph jumped because she has to know that she's on the chopping block
she's so strong.
as the
so
lone
hungry.
oolong.
So hungry.
But she's probably tormented.
She was able to get past not having the sweets.
Yeah.
But the savory thing.
Yeah. Pizza's so it's also true. It's pizza.
Listen, Jeff, if you're listening and you want me to lose a future challenge in Survivor, put pizza in front of me.
Wait, can we
I'll drop out.
Can we get your audition tape going? Can we make that happen?
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay, work.
I'm down. And now that I'm listening to the podcast about him, he's giving me clues.
He's giving you hints on how to
do
get
it
on.
right. Yeah,
Work.
of course he is. He knows what he's doing.
Well, also you can what's her face? You can get her tips on how to film.
Kayla?
Yeah, you can get Kayla's opinion.
Oh, for sure. So then we slip over to Tribal, and like you said, Jeff might have been trying.
He's doing too much.
A little too hard.
He's doing too much. I thought this was it was unnecessarily long.
Yeah. One thing that's kind of fun about the Survivor podcast with Jeff Probst is that there's literally a segment that's called "Why Does Jeff Suck?" and he lets people roast him.
Yeah.
And then he just either agrees or disagrees and just kind of.
That's pretty nice.
And a lot of the times people are like, "Jeff, you're talking too much. You're doing this too much." And he goes, "I agree. Sometimes I don't know what to say. I'm just glad I'm saying anything at all."
Sure.
And when he's talking, in my opinion, Survivor's something that I don't always, except for when I'm taking notes on it for a podcast, I don't always have my eyes glued to it.
No.
Type of thing.
No.
So when I'm in the background cooking something or doing dishes and Jeff is narrating something or, setting the tone for how things have been around the tribe lately,
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad he's doing it in a simple way that I can fathom.
I can understand.
So there are two sides to that sort of type of thing. But
in this particular tribal, in my opinion, Jeff is doing too much. And it's just like, Jeff, stop, let him vote.
I agree. I'm sure he's being told things left and right. I'm sure he's being told say more. I'm sure that he's also thinking, say the right thing.
Yeah, I'm sure production is in his ear being
Yeah.
like, you got to do something.
For sure. So, anywho, the votes come out. Steph gets a vote, Janu gets a vote, and Kobe gets a whopping 5.
Yep.
And bye-bye, Kobe.
Bye-bye, Kobe.
You were good TV while you were good TV, but
He was good TV.
it was his time to go. It really was.
I think so, and
He'll be on the jury.
the gag of it, he is the first juror.
Mm-hmm.
The gag to me was Steph voting for Kobe
For sure.
because they had this little secret meeting in the woods that wasn't so secret, and
Yeah,
then
she
Steph
did.
turns on him right away, and I thought that's Survivor to me.
Did you write down Kobe's final words?
I did not.
Do you remember what they were?
I just
at all?
said gag. Kobe got voted off for being gay and petty.
Yeah, pretty much. His final words were, "It was a great compliment. Thank you."
Okay.
He felt complimented that people wanted him
That
off
people wanted
the
him
tribe,
off
yeah.
before Janu and Steph.
Yeah. So that's season 10, episode 9. If you want to just take a moment, take some breaths, do
a
whatever you
breath.
want to do. We're gonna just take a minor little break.
I think you need to use the bathroom.
Yeah, if you gotta go,
I
you
think you
gotta
need to take
go.
a big old shit.
For real.
I think you just need to do that. I think she's just made her way through your large intestines and your small intestines, and she's just ready to come out.
Literally.
Can I help you?
So,
Yeah? Are you deprived of attention?
anywho.
I think you just want playtime because you're going a little stir crazy because I'm not opening your windows today, huh?
I'm gonna find it for her.
Yeah.
And we're back. We are back. It is season 10, episode 10 of Survivor. Still Sofa Survivors. I'm still Tom Sofa.
And I've never not been Mike Tomato.
And these are the facts. This episode is called Exile Island.
Exile Island.
What do you think about the idea of Exile Island, Mike?
I think that actually that is a really good, challenge punishment. I really like that, actually.
Yeah.
So I hope they do that in the future.
Okay. When we get to it, I'm going to give you some more info about it.
Okay.
Okay.
Great. Love that.
Who's left on the tribe? We got 8.
8.
The final 8.
Final 8.
Do you want to can you say the 8 off the top of your head now that we just went through them all?
Ian, Katie, Steph, Jen, Tom, Greg, Janu, Karen.
Good job. Wow.
Thank you.
All the people that are gone at this point is Wanda, Jonathan, Jolanda, Jeff, Ashley, Willard, Kim, James, Ibra, Bobby John, and Kobe.
Baby.
Ocho left. We start this episode off with Janu being shocked that Kobe's gone.
Yeah. Gag.
She's shocked.
Gagarino.
She cannot believe that he's gone. And I'll tell you what, I can. I believe it.
Yeah, I believe it. After his conduct and behavior in the other episode,
I just believe it. So
I believe it. Okay.
Whatever.
Cool. You're gonna sit down or you're not?
And then Katie goes ahead and calls Janu crazy, and calls her a jack in the box.
Yep.
Which is just bizarre.
Well, she was saying how at Tribal, Janu was being creepy. She's like, you had a creepy face on your face. And then Janu was like, well, why didn't you say that to my face?
Correct.
And then Katie was just like, well, if that's how you feel, I'm sorry you feel that way. And Janu was like, well, what the fuck is that? And Katie was like, well, what the fuck are you? And then they just go back and forth.
Facts. And that's pretty much the only opening to the episode that I caught. There really wasn't much else drama to it with Kobe being gone.
That was it.
So, yeah, they get to a reward challenge. The reward challenge is a fun one, in my opinion. You have to build a tower in the water.
I think this would also be a good immunity challenge.
You got to climb to the top. You got to get the flag, and you got to return the flag.
Yep.
And it does not look like an easy thing to do.
No, he said the scaffolding that they were using, each piece was 30 pounds.
Is it 30 or 40?
I thought it was 30.
Either way. Heavy, especially under the water.
Oh yeah, not one person can do it.
Yeah. So I thought excellent team type of thing. Okay. And the winner gets a Palauan feast.
You want to put on the microphone?
With a high political chief in a local building with beer and more.
Party.
It's just a vibe. Like it's the type of thing that you dream about.
I'm trying to get Jolene's purse on.
Oh, yeah, no worries. Do your thing. I'm just going to go ahead and narrate a little bit here.
No, do what you got.
We got the groups even out with Steph, Ian, Katie, and Jen on one team, with Greg, Tom, Karen, and Janu on the other team.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I would say semi-fair, but I would also say Karen and Janu shouldn't be on the same team.
Yeah.
And I would say that if one team should only have one man, it should be Tom as the team with one man.
I agree.
Putting Tom and Greg on a team, even like
the two strongest men on Karor, I believe.
Yeah, I hate to say kind of unfair, but kind of unfair.
No, it was. You can say it. It was.
And it showed that it was kind of unfair because Greg, Tom, Karen, and Janu had a steady lead throughout this entire challenge.
Crushed them.
Never went behind.
Yeah, they crushed him. Even after Karen and Janu weren't even helping in the beginning.
Yeah. Literally. They just stood and watched.
Yeah.
And Jeff called them out.
Yeah.
And it happened. And I just noted that Katie is slow.
Katie is slow.
She's a main reason why.
She is slow. I don't see...
And their stuff is losing again, giving her all.
So sad. This poor girl. I'm glad she's on season 50 because maybe she can finally get the Survivor experience that she deserves.
I hope so. I just noted that Janu kind of needed a win. So, maybe that's what was happening here.
Perhaps.
Give Janu a quick win, put her on Tom and Greg's team, call it a day.
Perhaps, but that's fleeting because Janu's not going to last.
Yeah. So, reward. They meet with the chief. They enjoy some dances. And then they feast. And then Janu throws up the food that they're eating at the feast. And kind of kills the vibe.
Which I don't know. Like, I get... Okay. If you really... Like, this woman has been stranded on an island eating coconut and random fucking animals from the ocean.
Yep.
And then you give her this, like, a smorgasbord of traditional Palauan food. and you expect her stomach to be rainbows and sunshine. So I'm not surprised that she threw up. I just think it's pretty shitty on the other of the people on her tribe to be like, ew, you threw up, you ruined my experience. It's like, no, girl, I'm sorry you're throwing up, man.
I agree with you there. I mean, she probably has been eating, though.
She looks really skinny.
She does, but like that has to be by choice because Karora's winning everything.
Right.
Like, they had shark. They had clam.
Right.
They had this.
I don't know.
Had that. Like, is she just choosing not to eat? And like,
I don't know.
Whose choice? Like, what's
I can just think of like from my experience in India, where it's like all it takes is like one bad bite of food, and your whole thing is thrown off.
Sure. I get it. Like, I do get it. Her thrown up. Like, that just sucks. It really does. But it does kill the vibe. Like,
It does, yeah.
It just based on what I'm seeing. And then there's what I didn't like. Also, there's zero fucking strategy talk.
None.
Not one bit.
I think it's because they want Janu gone.
It doesn't matter.
So they're not going to talk about it in front of Janu. Because she's the top 3 targets were Kobe, Steph, and Janu.
Yeah.
Kobe's gone, so now it's Steph and Janu. Janu just won the challenge, so it's tough to be like, we want to vote you out.
Yeah. And then Greg and Tom and Karen, or just Greg and Tom, I don't know who, they bring back food for the rest of the tribe.
Yeah,
For the losers, which I thought was...
They bring back dessert, and I thought that was
really
nice.
That was really nice, completely unnecessary for them to do.
Right.
And just like, that's a tribe right there. I respected that move.
Yeah.
And then people kind of made eyes at Janu for who could have had this reward.
Right, who just had the feast.
For going in and having a little bit, which I thought was also, maybe they didn't know that she threw up or whatever, but I was just kind of like, still, you had your chance kind of thing, girl.
But it's also like, I brought this food. So that...
I also got...
I also agree with that argument. Because Katie was the one that was sounding off in the confessional, being like, you brought this food and you just had this feast and now you want to eat the food that you brought for us?
I mean, low-key, I don't think Janu brought it. Because she said she didn't get a chance to try it.
Right.
So she didn't bring it.
Okay.
She just might have been part of the group that brought it.
I mean, I'm sure there was a conversation that she was witness to about them bringing food.
I don't know.
I'm
don't
guessing.
show that.
I'm guessing. And
then Karen also had some too, which I thought was also strange because she for sure
ate.
Had a little bit
so
of
then I'm
dessert.
just like, Katie, you just hate Janu.
She does. There's a lot of hate.
I feel like I have so much Jolene hair on my face.
You probably do. We're getting in there with her. That's okay. So then we slide on over to immunity. And by immunity, I mean the immunity challenge.
Yep. And
you just have to like literally hang out under the water.
It was giving the worst episode of Fear Factor possible.
Yeah. Which was...
It was put your face underneath a grate and then wait for the tide to roll in so you suffocate.
Yeah.
That's it.
Interesting.
Like, girl, Jeff, just give everybody a bucket of water and a blanket and just fucking waterboard everybody.
Pretty much. Pretty bad challenge. Janu loses right away. Karen drops out about 32 minutes in. Then Katie, Jen, and Steph kind of get out around the same time. Mm-hmm. Then it's the 3 tough guys left. Greg goes out. Ian goes out, which Ian's the tallest. Shouldn't he have a little bit of an advantage?
I think it's more of like bone structure. I think if your face is narrow enough to like stick through the grate so you don't get like a bunch of water, and I don't know. That's my best guess.
Anywho, Tom becomes the winner. Shocking.
Tom wins again.
He's the one who does he gets his hand out and like gives himself a little bit more breathing space. He's the thinker. He's the competitor out there.
He's a fucking firefighter.
Yeah, W. He wins. Janu gets taken to Exile Island. I wrote below that, Janu next to go, question mark?
Yeah, it was, the writing was definitely on the wall for that one.
And Janu gets a night by herself, and it seems like she needed it.
It's not, from what I wrote, she was like having a great experience.
Yeah, solo party.
Like, I think she briefly said this too, where it's like, this is the type of experience that she wanted on Survivor. This like connection to this island and limited scarcity. You know, I think her comment was like the ocean, the stars, and the island. Like that's all she wanted.
Well, I also think that you combo that with her getting the reward before. It's like a full 24 hours of her getting probably what she really came out for.
Yeah. Yeah. So she was having a good day.
So I think that
She's having a good day.
Yeah, so that was interesting. And
but I did love that when she got back, everyone was like, "Ew, why is Janu in a good mood?"
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty funny.
So before we get back into that, let's talk a little bit about Exile Island.
Okay, so this is a thing that they do?
This is a thing that happens sometimes.
Okay. I think this is a great challenge or like a great punishment.
Here's the great part about this punishment. Is somebody gets in one of the seasons in the future, somebody gets put on Exile Island, and then the next person that gets put on Exile Island has to do a solo challenge against the other one. And then, like, the winner of the challenge gets brought back into the game.
Oh,
and the
okay.
loser stays on Exile Island and doesn't get to strategize with the rest of them. And then Tribal comes and they don't know what the heck's going on or who to vote for.
Okay.
And then they get sent away type of thing. Or they survive and just go back to Exile. And you don't get to leave Exile Island until you win a challenge. So
Okay.
if somebody can get stuck there for 4 or 5 challenges or whatever. Or if like one of the characters that's going to be on season 50 who's in multiple seasons is Ozzy.
Mm-hmm.
He's a legend doing challenges, very good at challenges. So he was on Exile Island just beating people and just sending them back
Oh, okay.
like crazy. He's like, I'm
Okay.
fine here by myself.
But he won, so wouldn't he get off Exile Island?
You
Or
get to
did he
choose.
choose to
I
go
think
back?
you get to choose. I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway, it's a great.
I think it could be fun. I
It's
think
a great
it could be
premise.
a cool spin to the show.
It is.
Yeah.
They find fun ways. Fun ways. Day 27 comes. They get back to Karor, and Greg wants Steph out.
Yeah.
Greg wants Steph gone. He says that her surviving 10 plus tribals so far, it's too good for her narrative. It's too many accolades on her belt.
Yeah.
Type
yeah.
of thing. But all that shows me is you're a loser. You're a survivor, but you're a loser.
Yeah.
And he's like, we got to kill that narrative type of thing. And they get to tribal, and there's a bunch of back and forth. But, like, Janu votes herself out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Janu gives up her spot
Yep.
and says, I'm
For Steph.
for Steph. And Steph's over there, and she's like, I know tonight's my night. And, like, good on Steph for feeling it. And maybe it comes with her having so many tribals up until this point that she knows
she knows the writing on the wall.
when she's got the name to write down. Or
I
when
would
she
have
doesn't.
to assume that it's a palatable vibe when you're in a room and you know that the group is against you. I have to believe that energy is like tangible and palatable.
Yeah, for sure it is. And like we just said, she has been in this position similarly so many times. She just feels it.
Yeah.
And to the jury with Kobe, Janu gets to go. So now literally Janu and Kobe don't have to play the game. Mm-hmm. They get to party together, eat together, do whatever the heck they want for the next week.
Yeah. Vibe. I would love to be on the
Yeah,
jury.
like literally.
Love to be on the jury. I don't need to win. I just want to be on the jury.
I think they both got as far as they wanted to go, and they're like, all right, now I can vacay.
Okay, so this is the moment I want to talk about Kobe, where he was like cleanly shaven. He looks pretty good.
Okay.
I was like, okay, Kobe, because like on the show, I was like, oh, I don't really look for Kobe. But then they showed him clean shaven, and I was like, okay, Mr. Kobe.
Okay.
Who is this?
Yes. And I just said, I just wrote down, good job fighting for yourself, Steph.
Yeah.
Because she fought for herself.
She is the
to say that-
ultimate underdog.
She could have kept her mouth shut, and Janu would have tried to like give herself up like that, and they still would have voted Steph out.
Mm-hmm.
But because Steph fought, she got to stay.
Yeah, I think Steph is really shown as the true underdog of this series,
So far.
and I love a good underdog story.
For real.
So I am
You're
at this point in the show.
invested.
I am very optimistic for Steph, and I'm just gonna end that sentence there.
Beautiful. And I assume you watched the post credits for this one?
I did.
Loved it. Looks like Steph's ready to go for an all women's alliance.
Yep.
And take out Greg and Tom, and then
Yep.
probably Ian after. But That's brilliant.
Yeah, come on,
That's brilliant.
estrogen. Come on,
She's
estrogen.
got that dog in her. She's gonna get it done.
She does. And even back when they would show clips on Oolong, she was one of the early Oolong game players.
Yeah. So 8 left. Who's your winner? Or 7 left?
I think my winner is. I think my winner is Ian.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Tom's doing too well. So he's got a target on his back.
Yeah.
Katie sucks.
It's not gonna be Katie.
Karen
It's not
sucks.
gonna be Jen. It's not gonna be Karen.
So it's either Greg or Ian.
Greg, Tom, Ian, Steph.
It's not Steph. I'm so sorry. This is her second tribal with Karor where she's like, well, it might be now.
Yeah, she could be next.
So I think it's inevitable that Steph is going to get voted out.
Yeah, but if she can swing the all women's alliance, right? 1, 2, 3. It's 4 women against 3 guys.
Right. It's possible.
It's kind of an easy swing.
Yeah, but the thing about women is that women are also misogynists.
Oh, dude. I can't wait for us to get
I think Karen is a misogynist.
I can't wait for us to get to the season. Oh, she is. Oh my god. Oh my
Right?
god, she is. She's brutal.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
I can't wait for us to eventually get to the season with the one of the earlier seasons with the all women's alliance, because the person that wins that one,
they have to do a Survivor
is
Battle of
awesome.
the Sexes.
is awesome.
Do they have that? Where it's like an all-female tribe versus an all-male tribe?
I don't think so.
I'm surprised they haven't done that.
Don't think so.
I don't know if they could do it in this climate, given
No, they can't.
that we now have gender neutrality.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Throw them on a they/them tribe. Who cares? Make 3 tribes.
Fact.
Maybe do a tribe for each letter in the alphabet.
Boom. I'm in.
LGBTQIA plus.
Done. So you say Ian to win.
Yeah, I think Ian is a likely candidate to win. I don't know if he will though.
I'm gonna say Greg.
Okay.
Okay. Well, anywho, thanks you guys for tuning in. This is Sofa Survivors, and we're going to bring the next 2 episodes to you guys. They're going to drop here in about 2 weeks. Things are going to get juicy. Things are going to get down to the wire.
Yeah, stay tuned. We got another Sofa Tomatoes and Tomato Pulpit next week.
Yeah, the Tomato Pulpit. Tune into the Pulpit.
Send us an email at sofatomatoespod@gmail.com.
Yeah.
And just remember that if you're on fire, stop, drop, and roll.
And be yourself.
Unless you can't.
Thanks, guys.
What is it Oscar Isaac said? Like, be yourself because everybody else is already somebody else?
Yeah, I don't know.
Something like that.
I like that, though.
It's a really good Oscar Wilde quote. If you can find it, Google it.
Well, thanks for tuning in, you guys.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Love you.